Was the gold rush all that golden? The month after California became American, it became the nation's most sought-after prize. Volcanic magma over millions of years in a fault zone deep beneath the Sierra Nevada. Through cooling and pressure, quartz was created, and within that quartz, gold. As the rocks begin to erode, the riches are released, and the gold is deposited at the bottom of the riverbanks. In 1848, carpenter James Marshall finds a 3-ounce nugget in the California River. 2 months of pay in his hand, but billions of dollars more beneath his feet. News of Marshall's discovery spreads like wildfire to every corner of the earth. And a dream fills the hearts and minds of fortune seekers worldwide. Get rich quick. In this unit, we'll study the multiple perspectives of the various people who came to California in search of gold. For instance, the Mexicans who traveled north from Sonora in search of gold. Similarly, thousands flocked to the ports of the east coast of the United States in hopes that they might grab a spot onto a ship that would then sail them to the San Francisco Bay. Germans, Belgians, French, Catholics, Presbyterians, Mormons. One of the world's greatest migrations begins as thousands flock to California in search of gold. But was the gold rush really all that golden? How would these people react when they find that they are not the only ones coming to California in search of gold? How would these people begin to tell their story of riches, of death, of murder? What law would be passed against Chinese miners that would continue to have devastating effects up until today? How many of the Irish miners would be able to leave the gold fields with their riches in hand? What would happen to a group of 12 Mexican miners after they found over $200,000 worth of gold? By the end of the gold rush, California would have more immigrants than any other place in the world. But the history of the gold rush wouldn't be complete without the stories of black miners, both free and currently enslaved. Native Americans were also present during the gold rush. How would they respond when so many people flood to California? What legal lengths would the United States government go to push out so many Native Americans from California? And what bloody results would come of this? Word of the gold rush spread all the way back to China. What characteristics of the Chinese allowed them to be so successful during this time? And like other foreign miners, how would the Chinese be treated in California? But stories of success are an important part of the gold rush as well. For instance, this Jewish immigrant from Germany would fundamentally transform fashion forever. In fact, you might be wearing one of his creations right now. How would this Chinese immigrant by the name of Hua Li make millions without digging for gold, while helping so many stay squeaky clean? Regardless of their fate, whether it be riches or ruin, their stories must be told. In this unit, we'll look at the gold rush through various lenses. For instance, that of Jean-Nicolas Ferlot, who traveled 6,000 miles from Belgium and was one of many to leave the ships in the San Francisco harbor deserted as they had searched for riches in the California gold fields. People from every corner of the world will come to California to search for one of the largest gold deposits ever found at the time. With thousands pouring into this brand new state, California will be pushed to its limits as cultures clash in search of gold. Join me as we search to understand this often misrepresented period of California history. By looking at the gold rush through multiple perspectives, we'll begin to answer many of the questions I've laid out today and watch as California's greatest cities rise. And in the end, we can ask ourselves, was the gold rush really all that golden?